Hola amigos, hello. This week we have a great guest, Valentina Gutierrez. Bienvenida.
Gracias.
She's an award-winner filmmaker, visual storytelling, and she's a founder of VGM, right? So
Yes.
welcome.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of you. I know her forever, and you've been working and be the founder of your own business for a long time.
Yeah, since 2016. Yeah.
Oh wow, it's many years now.
Yeah, I know. Time flies.
Time flies. From Venezuela to Oklahoma City.
Yes.
So tell us about how you move the stories and how that you transform it to make it really touch it to the people.
Yeah. So I'll give you a little bit of background about myself. So I went to school for journalism in Venezuela. And this was, I'm going to age myself, but I graduated, I graduated in 2010. But what was really interesting about that moment in Venezuela was that, went to school for journalism, and at that time, the Venezuelan government was really expropriating a lot of private media. So any independent news station, newspaper, anything that you can think about how we communicate that was independently owned, the government was taking over that. So basically they would come and say, hey, that newspaper that you have, I want it, it's now mine. So I saw this transition happening during my time in college. So I knew that to be able to tell stories, Venezuela was not the place to be in. Also, I mean, there were a number of different factors that, led me to want to leave the country. Economically, Venezuela was going through, well, still is, but it was, pretty much the debacle of the economy over there. So there were a number of things that led me to wanted to be here. But anyway, the way that we structure education in Venezuela is a little bit different. You go straight from high school into professional school. You don't really have the general eds and all that stuff. Thank God, because I was horrible in math, I never wanted to take a math class again. So I went to school for journalism for 5 years, but then the last 2 years you got to specialize in one specific media. So it could be written media or video production, which was the one that I chose, or public relations. So specialized in that, graduated, and moved to the United States. So that was the beginning of my journey here in the United States.
Moving from journalist to filmmaker and an ownership now, how is that transition for you? And being from another country to the United States?
Yeah, it's been great.
A roller coaster, huh?
Yeah, but I can tell you, there's not a day, first of all, like when it comes to my work, there's not a day where I wake up and I wonder if I should be doing what I'm doing right now. I absolutely love what I do. I'm so grateful that I get to learn so much and listen to so many stories, and be in touch with so many brilliant entrepreneurs. So I absolutely love what I do. And then just being here in this country, even in Oklahoma, like I love it here. When I first moved here, again, this was in 2010, so Oklahoma City was not the thriving city that it is now. So, I had some hesitations, but it just had something. And by that something, I mean, it's the people that I fell in love with.
You grow with the people.
You grow with the people, right? Yeah. And just like you and I met, I started my company. You were actually my third client.
Yes.
So really early on in my career, and I truly believe that it's because of the community that we have here that I was able to, start a business, grow it, and not just that, but build great relationships like the one that I have with you. You were not just my client, you're also my friend.
Yeah.
So really grateful for that.
Right. It is very interesting how Oklahoma is being growing in that regard, right?
Yeah.
And having people like you, entrepreneur Jones, with new ideas, that also helped to grow the city.
Absolutely.
Because you came with this open mind, and I was like, oh my God, she can do this, she can do that. And it was amazing working with you and for Red Carpet. So it was, tell us, the people that don't know what is VGM, your business. Tell us about your business.
Yeah, so I started my company in 2016, and at that time was when social media was really taking a shift. We all were using social media for our personal things, right? And then I think that was a pivotal moment where corporations really started to realize, like, I also need to be on social media and I need to be present. So I figured that nobody started their own business to be on social media. It was this thing that, suddenly like companies had to advertise and be present online. And I don't think that anybody was really prepared for it. So yeah, that's how I started my company, was with the vision of helping entrepreneurs to really create content. And keep in mind, this is like before we had Reels. Stories were not a thing.
Yeah.
Everything on Instagram was squared. So yeah, it's amazing how time flies.
Facebook was the only.
Well, Facebook and Instagram, they were both a thing. Snapchat was, starting to be big in that moment. But yeah, I think what has been really interesting for me personally is that, I have managed to grow my business, and at the same time, video has grown and taken so much more presence online. So we started seeing, stories come up on Instagram, then Reels, then, now we see how YouTube, I mean, it's always been big, but it just keeps getting bigger. So video has just continued to, play the center stage for it.
This is what we're doing here.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this is what we're doing here, trying to inspire women. They can make, do you think you can call your dream come true?
Yeah.
This work that you do?
Absolutely, yeah. And I think there's something else interesting about video, is that other than face-to-face is the best way to connect with people. I mean, think about when COVID happened and how we all pivoted immediately to Zoom and having video calls, right? Yeah. It's the second best thing. So, other than face-to-face. But of course, I mean, it's just so useful when you're capturing a story and sharing it for other people to see. So, yeah, I'm really fascinated with video.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through for the creativity process to the finished work that you do?
Yeah, sorry, and I feel like I answered the question in another way. So, okay, I started my business in 2016 with that vision, right, of helping businesses. Yeah.
But you help us a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, and I learned so much. I learned so much. But then, the way that things have evolved is that I continue to create content for businesses, but it's really based on a strategy. So I feel like that's how I'm different. I really try to understand what businesses are going through, and most of all, because of my journalistic background, what are the stories that are already there that have not been told? I'm super fascinated by that. So really taking a look at the organization and thinking really strategically about video, not just in the way of, okay, what are the stories that are not being told that we can share, but also how can we implement video in a way that saves you time and money? So for instance, training videos. That's something like for red carpet, like, turnover, you have new employees, all of that. That's something that would be really useful, right? So having, your training modules where people go and watch, and that way saves you time. So yeah, I'm really fascinated by video and how we can include it to be very strategic. Even if it doesn't see the light of day for social media, video still has a very important place when it comes to systems and processes.
That's right. How you balance your creativity work with your business? Because it's like it's together, but it's two separate things.
Honestly, I feel like I'm really lucky because I feel like my brain is split in two. Yes. I love the creative part. I love it. And I love getting to know people, getting to know their business. And I'm fascinated by entrepreneurship. And I feel like combining those two just comes very naturally to me. So I got a master's in business too, like when I moved here. So
you speak another language too. You speak Italian, English, and French, right?
Spanish. French, no. French, that's my unfinished business with languages. Italian, not very useful, but very beautiful.
No, but if you go to Italy, you can use it.
Yeah.
You can take us and translate it from us.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I can. I can eat a lot of pizza too, pasta, all of it. Yeah.
So you've been featured in 25 films around the world.
Yeah.
Tell us a little more about that, because I didn't know that part about you.
Okay, so a lot of the work that I do, like I said, is corporate. So any corporation entity that needs video, that's what I do. How is that different from other videographers? I don't do any weddings or quinceañeras, that sort of thing. It's mainly corporate. What I do. Non-profits, exactly, all of that. So different.
You do healthcare, education, non-profits, all those.
Exactly, healthcare, education, non-profit. Yes, all of that.
How you approach your audience?
So again, I think it goes back to really trying to understand the client and why is it that we're creating a video. So for instance, with nonprofits, I absolutely love really taking a look at what are the assets that they use during their customer journey. Or for instance, like what tools do they have when they are trying to share their story when they're meeting with a potential donor, right? Mm-hmm. So thinking really strategically about what are the stories that are already there that their donors would want to hear, So that sort of thing is like what I'm really passionate about. And then going in, capturing it. And then when they go into those meetings, they have a library that they can choose from. And they think, okay, with this potential donor, we think that this story is really going to resonate with them. And again, I've always been really fascinated by reality.
Right? Because you're right. Now, when they send you an email to donation, especially for nonprofit, and I have to experience that myself, I have to read a long email. Come on, put me a video. Well, I can drive in and listen.
Okay, but here's the thing about video too. People connect to people. They don't connect to things. This is just like a universal thing when it comes to people, right? And think about like, okay, a makeup product. Why are they using influencer campaigns when you're really selling a product? It's because the product, you can talk about it all day long, but really what's going to help you sell that product is the person. Why? Because we want to know about the person. We want to know how the product changed the person.
Right.
So it's really interesting how, we are very human-centric in our world. I mean, we are very affected by consumerism and all those things, but at the end of the day, we connect to people, and how we connect to them is through storytelling.
Can you tell us a little more about the last film that you did? It was a short film,
absolutely.
Right?
Yes,
I really fell in love with that because you have to listen. That was amazing, and we have to go and visit that coffee shop.
Yeah.
For sure.
So like I said, the vast majority of the work that I do is corporate, and that's very fulfilling in so many ways. But I was on the hunt for something that I would have completely control over, and that would be like a passion project. So I stumbled across this coffee shop named Not Your Average Joe. It's based here in Oklahoma City. They have multiple locations.
What is the name?
Not Your Average Joe. So think about that. It's brilliant, the name. Yeah. So they sell coffee, Not Your Average Joe, and they employ people with disabilities. So they do side-by-side employment of people with disability and people without a disability. So it's blending in the worlds together. So it's really, really...
It's a nice way to help each other, right?
And to learn from each other. I mean, we have so much to learn. So anyway, I went to the coffee shop. I started seeing their process. I fell in love with it. And then I said, hey, I want to do a short documentary on you guys. So I filmed it. It's a short doc. It's just 6 minutes. And then I got to enter that in a number of different film festivals. So the latest one that it got entered and accepted was Dead Center Film Festival here in Oklahoma City.
I have a privilege to assist.
Yeah, it was really just a great honor to be part of that. And it was also screened in other places from LA, New York, Madrid, Milan, Rome, Paris, Romania, some other places. So it's been really...
Because it's not just a film, it's education, and it's what the other countries can do.
Exactly. So I think that was my purpose with the film, is just to create a short piece that would really bring to light how by coming together, we have so much to learn from each other. And my hope is now to actually turn this short film into an episodic series. And then on each episode, we would be following a person with a disability and their connection to employment, whether they're unemployed, employed, they're looking for a job, they have been at their workplace for a very long time. So just exploring those stories and hopefully getting other corporations inspired to want to open up and hire people of all abilities.
And I think it's a good point. I think everybody wants to do that, but it's kind of a little tricky. Yeah. Yes, and also it's a little tricky with the insurance, with this and that. So I think I hope we can get more flexible and see it's place for everybody.
Well, here's my plan with that. I want to do 6 episodes, and each episode features somebody else. But then I also want to produce this booklet that is, actionable steps on actually how to do it. Because oftentimes with film,
how we can help.
Exactly. But the purpose of film is really to evoke an emotion, right? Yeah. And a lot of the times as filmmakers, we're successful with it. We get people feeling something, but then how do you move them from feeling something to action? So that's the part that I'm currently exploring and seeing how we can make that happen.
That's the big project that you're working on?
Yeah, well, one of the many.
One of the many, yes.
Yeah, there's no, I always say that only boring people get bored. So I'm not boring.
And then it's
Never
always,
bored.
yes, and then actually last week, a friend told me you stop growing when you stop learning.
Exactly,
When you stop it, your life to keep going, you stop all around you, and it's not going to make you grow.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that, we want to keep moving.
And evolving and experiencing things,
Yeah, that is a big step for Valentina.
Yeah.
So how you want to... how you promote your own brand?
How do I promote my own brand? I'm very guilty of not practicing what I preach. I was for a very long time. I was very hesitant of being on social media and all that stuff.
And here.
Even telling my clients like, oh, you have to be on video, but then myself, I wouldn't do it. But no, I started posting more on Instagram. My handle is VGM.social, and like I started doing a lot of behind the scenes and all of that, and just interacting more with my followers.
I see it now lately more, and I like it. I love it.
You know what? It's been so fun because I've gotten to meet people like other filmmakers from different parts of the world and connect with them, and do Q&As and learn from other people. So I just think that social media can be used for good in so many different ways, and just building community.
Many doors.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, it is like amazing.
Yeah.
I wish I can learn to do something like that. But
well, you're doing it with your videos and all of that.
I will. No, I'm trying to. So if you could film anywhere around the world, where you would like to film?
I think for me, it's more
favorite place.
It's more based on the story rather than the place. Of course, I mean there are many places that I love. Like we said, I love Italy. Absolutely love Italy. Let's say, ideally, oh my God. Imagine filming short documentaries on little restaurants that are around the Amalfi Coast and where the recipes come from.
Okay, I have my cousin. He have a restaurant. He opened in Tarragona.
Okay.
In Spain.
Okay.
If you ever go to Spain and Tarragona, visit him. Beautiful restaurant. Both are exclusive chef. Very delicate, so elegant, and that food looks delicious.
Oh, good.
So you have to go and visit them if you stop in Spain. Tarragona.
Actually, might be going next year. So
yes, please, you have to stop. It's amazing.
Yeah.
When you're recording, where is the fun for you? Drinking tea, coffee? How you get entertained? To be out of the world for working all the time. What do you do?
What I do in life? I love
to have fun.
I love what I do so much that for me, when I'm not working, I'm thinking about a passion project that I want to do. I mean, of course, I do a lot of other things, but work doesn't feel like work to me. I think it's my creative outlet. In many ways, it's my safe space. And it's just where I feel inspired.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very, very fortunate.
And you inspire a lot of women around it. Even if you can say, I don't, you do. Because it takes a lot of courage, be consistent. For me, that's the key. And you always be there all the time.
Thank you.
So that's make you who you are now.
Thank you.
Because it's not easy.
It's not, but you know what? I think that part of it, and I always tell this to people, if I could be born any place in the world, I would always choose to be born in Venezuela. I think, first of all, I love my country, but I think it also has given me a level of appreciation for things that I wouldn't have if I had not been born there. And the fact that I'm an immigrant here in this country, I wouldn't change that for anything either. I'm very proud of my heritage, very proud of where I come from. And I think it has given me a different perspective in many ways. So, and I hope exactly what you said. I hope that I can inspire other people and, just follow what you're passionate about, and I'll tell you actually the story of how I started my company because I graduated and I was contemplating what to do, but I had
like everybody.
I came here with a student visa, and then I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? I used to go into work interviews, and I was always very honest. I was like, I can stay here for a year, but then if you want me to stay, you will have to do my green card for me and all of that. Of course, nobody called me back, but I was honest, to a fault. But then what I did was I called a lawyer and I said, look, I want to stay here. What are my options? And he said, well, if you register an LLC, you would be self-employed. So technically you could stay here legally. I was like, oh, we'll say no more. Let's register that LLC. So I did. And it's amazing. Within a week, I got my first client.
Good.
Everything aligned. And I'll tell you too how that first client happened. So I still have them. I have 2 little Italian greyhounds, my 2 dogs, and I had created an Instagram account for them. Keep in mind, this was 2015, around that era. Anyway, pet influencers weren't really big, but they were that. I mean, they were sponsored by BarkBox and all of that. So I got,
wow.
Yeah, it was a fun account. I mean, I was just doing it for fun, experimenting with photography and taking photos of them. But anyway, doctor at a vet clinic. Yeah, he called me and he said, "Hey, I want you to do for my vet clinic what you're doing for your dogs." And I said, "You're gonna pay me to take photos of dogs?" Of course. So anyway, I started working with him, and that was my first client. And then what happened was a dentist that was right around the corner came in asking who was doing their social media because she needed somebody to do the same.
Oh, wow.
So that's how I got my second client. And then the third client was you. So I think that when you go into things with an open mind and open heart, things just fall into place. And sometimes it's difficult to, trust the process. But, looking back into my journey, I wouldn't change anything about it.
Yeah, and I don't think you shouldn't, because it's amazing. It's really inspired me. You're always being very organized.
Thank you.
Very in point and very...
I owe that to Catholic school. I always say Catholic school gave me that and a lot of trauma. So
yes, being a Catholic school, that helps a lot too. I have to agree with that.
Yeah.
It's very, it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. But you're right. It's for us to come from another country, we're more driven, more like, let's go and do it and not stopping.
Yeah, because you have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
You have nothing to lose and so much to gain. And, I feel like
every day is an opportunity.
Yeah.
And what you see, wake up and it's everything is gorgeous. You make your day.
Yeah.
And based on what you want to do.
Yeah.
So we love to having you here today.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
You always inspire me, and you've been a good friend. So, and it was really nice working with you.
Thank you.
For that many years.
I enjoyed working with you so much because I got to do the creative side, but also the strategic part. Because we would look at numbers, we would look at what each store was producing, we would think about ways on how they could produce more. So I feel like that entrepreneurial side and performance side, I got to really learn and experience.
And the thing that I learned from you, they really called my attention, and probably I told you that before. We just have the strategies, you put it all together, but you go to the car wash and make it happen.
Oh yeah.
That was the extra mile that nobody take.
Yeah.
So you were there and said, this is the plan and this is what we want to do. And I said, oh my gosh.
I was committed.
Because it's committed.
Yeah.
And that,
well, if you leave it on paper, then it means nothing, right?
Right.
But you need to make it a reality.
That is the commitment. That is for me, is my name. Is the goal there.
Yeah.
And you have to do it right and do it perfect.
Yeah.
And you did.
Oh, thank you.
It's in my head. She always at the car wash, we can sell this, we can do this, move the sign here. You go, okay, yeah, we do it.
Bossing people around.
Yeah, you know what is, that's your work.
Yeah.
The extra mile that I'm talking about. So
thank you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, Lolita.
That you are here in Oklahoma.
Thank you.
If you need a marketing business, please call my friend Valentina Gutierrez, where they can find you.
Yeah, so my website is www.vgm.social, and then my handle on Instagram is the same, vgm.social. Yeah. So yeah, I'm very active on Instagram now that I practice what I preach. Yes, I interact a lot in there. So yeah.
That's when thank you so much for taking the time to come here. I know she's super busy, and we want to hear about the new series. Yeah. We need to get invited.
Of course, yes.
Okay, we want to be there.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. Thank you. See you next time.